There is nothing worse for a stained glass artist or soft solder jewelry maker than to find that your shiny copper foil tape has turned to a tarnished dark brown copper. Oh, what a terrible thing to have happened. I happen to have this dark tarnished copper foil tape that was stored in my basement, and of course it got damp in there, especially over springtime when we get more rain, and it became completely tarnished. This was an old backup roll of tape that I had, and it's in great condition still. It's sticky and I need to use it for a project, and I'm going to show you a way that you can remove that tarnish immediately, like in moments, without any elbow grease, without using steel wool. I will show you that as well, but you're going to be surprised how easy this is, and I'd be willing to bet you have everything that you need to do this in your kitchen cabinet, and it only costs pennies. So first I'm going to show you how we remove the tarnish with steel wool. And that tarnish is from the humidity, it's from oxidation, which makes it so dark and dirty, and your solder is not going to stick to that. The dirtier your foil is, the worse it's going to be. The cleaner it is, the easier it is for your solder to adhere to your foil. So as you can see, you can take a piece of steel wool and you can buff that a bit, and it makes a mess. Steel wool is messy to use. It leaves little metal shards. So yeah, you have to always clean up, and there's always a risk too of like tearing your foil if you're not gentle or if you're using really fine foil. But I'm going to show you what we're going to do instead. I have a small glass custard cup. I put about a splash of white vinegar in there, and I put some white kosher salt in there. You could use table salt too. I used probably 2 to 3 tablespoons of white vinegar and about a half a teaspoon of kosher salt. And I'm going to mix it up with my finger, let it dissolve. And since I store my white vinegar in a giant container in my laundry room, it was really cold. So I popped it in the microwave for about 20 seconds just to get the chill out of it, and that helps the salt to dissolve more readily. I have a cotton ball, and I have our first willing participant, our very, very tarnished strip of copper foil tape. And this is really simple. All I'm going to do is I am going to take my cotton ball, I'm going to dip it into my vinegar and salt mixture, and I am going to squeeze it out. You don't want it drippy. And this is copper foil tape. The back of it has paper on it. We don't want to soak that. But I'm just going to wipe it, and immediately it removes the tarnish. Like, it's shockingly fast. And like I said, you don't want to soak it, and you want to make sure that you can maintain that adhesion, that stickiness on the back of your copper foil tape. You don't want the paper backing to start to peel away. So you're going to really squeeze out that cotton ball. It just needs to be barely damp, and you're just going to wipe over it a couple times, and right in front of your eyes, you just see the tarnish just disappear. It's pretty amazing. And I did it on a paper towel, but then I moved it over and did it right on my counter because it's just easier to do that way. And I do keep a paper towel or an old towel, and after I do it, like you see, wipe, 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 I just take my towel and I wipe right over it. And you can also lift the strip of foil up and like run it through your towel on both sides, just so you're getting any moisture off the bottom. And I set them aside, and if it gets a little damp, it dries within a minute, but check that out. Look at the difference. Isn't that amazing? Look how fast that was. No steel wool, no digging through your basement or your workshop. Where did I leave the steel wool, right? It's messy. You have to clean up after it. This is so simple. And you know what? You can dump it right down your sink when you're finished with it. Yeah, it smells a little bit like a salad. That's okay. That's the vinegar and the salt. And it's just a wonderful way to remove tarnish. Like, you can't do it faster and you can't do it easier. Now, if we haven't met before, my name is Laura Beth Love. I'm an expert in soft soldering, and I am the author of 4 soldering books: Boho Chic Jewelry, Soldered Alchemy, Soldering Iron Jewelry, and the newest, the Broken China Jewelry Book. And I will leave links above and below so you can check those out. Anyway, I started out years ago as a stained glass artist, and over the years, doing this probably 30 some years now, doing it that long, you pick up tips and tricks over the years. Like I always say, necessity is the mother of invention. We figure out how to do things in our own way, and I think it's important to share these things. So I hope that you enjoy this, and I want to show you one last thing. Oh, and I have a new book coming out. My decorative soldering book will be out in 2025, hopefully within a few months. I am ripping through it. I have been working on it for over a year, and it's kind of just working on some photos now, and I can't wait to offer you that. So stay tuned. Now, just to show you, those are the pieces I just polished. And Here's a piece of the old Tarnish tape. Wow, what a difference. Anyway, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you soon with a new soldering video for you. Bye, guys.